It's a somber day here at WSFA. We lost a co-worker and a friend. We are remembering our news director, Desmond Wingard. He served as our news director for a little over 3 years, but he spent over 2 decades doing what he loved, working right here at WSFA.
He died this morning after a brave battle with cancer. Here's just a small look at the impact he had on our station and the community.
Desmond Wingard first walked into WSFA 12 News in 1999. He was 19 years old and a junior at Troy University. Over the next 2.5 decades, Desmond made his way up the ranks of WSFA thanks to his strong work ethic, something instilled in him as a child, growing up in Covington and Lowndes counties. Des and his sister spent the summer days working in the family tomato patch, but at night, while other children were playing, Desmond watched WSFA 12 News. He always knew what he was meant to do.
Good evening. This is the news for Thursday, June 29, 2000. I'm Desmond Wingard. Thanks for joining us.
Desmond's dream of working in news led him to Troy. He landed his first job at WSFA before he graduated. He worked as a weekend photographer and editor. He produced Today in Alabama, The Noon, and 6 o'clock newscasts over the years. He served as assignments manager, executive producer, assistant news director, then news director. For more than 25 years, Desmond guided our team through some of the state's darkest days: the Enterprise tornado, the April 27th outbreak, and the Beauregard tornado. He also led some of our most impactful events: 12's Day of Giving, the Summer Fund and Food Drive, the Gift from the Heart Blood Drive, and countless events for the Montgomery Humane Society. Desmond's impact made a difference far beyond the walls of our newsroom. While most of his work was done behind the scenes, you may have seen him in one of our fever promos.
It looks like you guys have a bad case of the fever.
Desmond brought a smile to our face every day. He was more than a coworker, he was a friend. We will cherish all the hugs, laughter, and memories of our station, and our lives will not be the same without him. We told him often, "We love you, Des," and we always will.
I love that picture at the end of you hugging, because if anyone knew Des, he did not like you in his personal space.
I don't like hugs
at all
either, and I told him that day, I said, "You don't like hugs, I don't like hugs, but we're hugging.
Having a hug real quick.
We're going to have a hug."
And it's a difficult day. We said this at the very beginning for everyone here, but Des would want us here. Des loved this place. He spent half of his life here. He would want us here doing exactly what we're doing right. Probably not talking about him, but he'd want us here.
That part
he'd want us here working.
And he probably spent more than half.
Yeah.
Mathematically, he spent half of his life here, but his waking hours, he was here. He was the constant. He was the steady hand on the tiller through some really, really tough days. So not just a colleague, but a good friend, and he will definitely be missed. Good man.
I don't know WSFA without Desmond. Desmond was my first.
Yeah, we're going to need him.
My first friend here at the station. We were both just babies. If you knew him, he was a workaholic, and I made him go on that beach trip with me. I said, "You're going to this concert with me. We are going," and I'm so thankful that we got that time together.
You mentioned a trip. He took a really big trip recently.
Europe.
Was that about a year?
Yeah, and I got a text message that said, "First alert, I'm on a mountaintop." And he sent a picture, I think from Switzerland, and it was just...
and that was so rare.
It was so good to see him outside of work.
Because he never took long trips like that.
WSFA in a lot of ways was his life, and we were kind of his family. We were his family, and just a great human being. He was the type... I remember when I first came here, the first hey, we want to hire you communication I had was from Desmond Wingard. Said, "Hey, I'm a producer here. Have you found a place to live yet?" And I joked with his mother yesterday that I think half the apartment buildings in Montgomery owe him a royalty check, because when a new employee comes to WSFA, Desmond is always the person who reaches out and says, "Hey, here are some places you should look at living. You may not want to go to that. You may want to go here instead." And then I remember he said, "Hey, would you want to come over and eat some barbecue and watch some football with me?" This was in 2008. And I thought, now we're going to be friends. He likes barbecue and football. We were born to be buddies. And we all had a lot of adventures with Desmond. But yeah, just a good guy, a caring guy. And I told his mother this yesterday: if we came on WSFA tomorrow and offered a $100,000 prize to someone who could legitimately say something negative about Desmond, we'd never give away the money, because he treated, you've seen pictures of him there with Lester Holt, and Desmond Wingard treated the President of the United States And a knucklehead like me, exactly the same. Whether you were the top, the bottom, the middle, didn't matter. He treated everyone with grace and kindness and compassion. And a lot of people talk about it, but he lived it. He really did.
He was so
always
thoughtful.
said, show grace. He always said, show grace.
And he didn't have to even say it because he did it his whole life.
Sure
I mean, we have all it's not an exaggeration to say we grew up with Desmond. Some of our life's best moments, hardest moments, we shared them, and now this one we can't, which is really difficult.
He's who we want to talk to right now.
Yeah, right.
He loved WSFA. He also loved Lowndes Academy.
Oh, yeah.
His family. He loved Troy. Loved Troy.
I had a soft spot for Chick-fil-A. was pretty funny to watch.
And sweets.
And Orange Theory Fitness, which was kind of counterbalancing the sweets part of this. But if you saw something good on WSFA in the last 20 years that benefited the community, there's a 100% chance that Desmond Wingard was involved with it.
Oh, look at that picture of him and Scott Duff.
Scott was another former news director that we also lost recently to cancer.
And Des was constantly texting other people and checking up on Scott, checked up on his wife, checked up on us.
Yes.
When Scott passed away.
When Desmond first got his diagnosis earlier this year, I was recovering from surgery, and he was reaching out to me as he had his own battle that he was facing. And
that's who he
we were
was.
babies when we started here at WSFA, and we would get off at 11 o'clock at night and we would go bowling. One night we just decided we were going to take off at 11 o'clock at night and go to Nashville to watch Auburn in the Music City Bowl. And we did. We did. And he loved to tease me about my bad driving.
Right,
and
which was true.
Me forcing him to ride a bicycle when it was 100 degrees outside.
Right.
Gonna miss him.
He was always a good sport, though, about
he sure was.
So many things. So thoughtful. He texts everyone. Josh could be out half a day sick, and he's going to text, "Are you okay?
What's your
going
deal?
on? Are you
Question
okay?
mark.
How are you
deal?
feeling?"
Question mark.
Shady.
Bring me Chick-fil-A? Question mark. Yeah, there's just not enough superlatives to mention about Desmond. And I want to kind of reach out and give a little shout out, a hug to his stepsister, his mother, his father, his immediate family, the care they gave him. And I said this to them this morning, that I thought the way they treated him in his final days was a window for all of us to look through and see God's love, because it just flowed through them into him, and the care they showed was just remarkable. So there's no mystery about where Desmond learned to be the person he was at all.
And thank them
we're thinking
also
of you.
for letting us into their home during those final
I wish you could
difficult moments.
see his home the past few days, how many people were there. That's how well loved Desmond was. When my dad died 6 years ago, Desmond wrote a post on Facebook that brought me so much comfort. He shared such kind words about my dad. And at the very end, he said, "Don't cry because it's over, but smile because it happened." That was a quote he put at the end, and that's what we're trying to focus on today. We're trying. Smile with all those good
struggling,
memories, but
we're trying.
We are struggling, and we appreciate your grace with us today.
I don't know what else to say.
Hey, rest in peace, Desmond. You're a good man, good friend, a great boss, and we love you.
We love you, Desi.
We're going to head to the break.